Okay, well, I first wanted to come on here. Okay, perfect. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, this is fun. So, I'm coming on here to give a glimpse into how I am using Key, as well as I'm using it to help me build the tool, the product. I don't. I think I keep getting so caught up in my head about how to explain it to people, and at the end of the day, I think what I'm finally learning is that you don't need to be explaining, just do and get it to a point where you can start inviting people to use what you've been building to see if it helps them in their own way in life, because it has been something that I have been just it's I've been trying to figure it out from the inside out, and so I definitely have my fair share of in the forest, can't really, or yeah, I'm in the forest, I'm seeing all the trees, but I can't see the big picture. Or I can, but I can't articulate it, and then I get lost, so maybe I can't see it. I'm getting wishy-washy because I need to get better about talking to the camera. Hey! Anyways, besides the point, currently I'm in San Diego, and it has been a trip because I think it's just getting to travel to different places and meet different people, and it's super interesting to just integrate yourself into all these different lives and see how people are living, and it brings me such joy to meet all these different people, but it also is a big thing showing how the environment shapes who you are as well as how you shape. It's just that, that relationship, and I've been trying to figure out how I can be who I am, who Rachel is, in any place that I go, no matter where I'm switching up. It doesn't have an influence on what I am doing and what I need to get done, as well as living the life that I want to be living and being truly aligned with who I am and my values, and pushing the needle forward for my goals. A big struggle for me over I don't I don't know how long is I often get super lost in my head, and there's all these different thoughts, and I don't know how to move forward, and it's I'm just trying to put all the pieces together, and I'm always thinking and thinking and thinking, and I'm never doing. And this is and then the environment where I was would have a big influence on me, whether it's a familiar place that I've been and it just brings me back to an old mindset. And I know from my experiences that the brain, the mind is adaptable, that you can train, you can teach, you can wire, whatever you want to say. You can direct what your mind thinks, and it takes intentional action. It takes consistent effort and willpower and staying true to yourself and listening to what feels right, your intuition, your heart. I'm going on a rampage, a ramble, but all things to say, I'm just gonna give a little glimpse into, because I was using Key and I was starting to work, and then I thought this is the perfect thing to show you guys and just give a glimpse into how I'm using the tool to help build the tool, and just give a glimpse into, I keep saying glimpse, the process and where I'm at right now. Cool. Now, without further ado, let us dive in, shall we? So here we are in Key, the development server. So as you can see up here the local host, if you can. Hopefully yes, local host. And so that means this is where it's running in, sorry, I'm gonna gather my bearings of where we are. This is gonna go here. I'm gonna put this over here. So just organizing my swipe and flows. Okay, so you guys have a lay of the land. I'm gonna actually do one more thing. Here we go. Okay, so this is where I'm running the server. If I could, yeah, right here, you can see it's running. I have the website here, and then There's my work in progress website that we're gonna have all together by, not all together, but the pieces. Okay, I'm getting distracted, so let's focus. So here we are in my key, little light dark mode switching with the keyboard, little shortcut that I added because it's also on my website. Fun, right? Anywho, let's get started. This is how I'm using key. And so, I guess I'll give you a little breakdown. So what I'm doing right now is I'm going to basically be talking to my thoughts, because over the past, say, since April 11th, I've been capturing different thoughts as I've been building this iteration of key, if you will. And this has been thoughts on what it is, just me piecing things together, because I like to think out loud with my talking. And it started all from, first, if I could pull out, so I would say key is a digital manifestation of this. So in here we have, the same way, all of these different thoughts captured in different mediums, whether it's collages and different, yes, you get the gist, right? Hold on. This will be better to show if I can see what I'm showing you guys. Okay, cool. So as you can see from here, it's just been a whole freaking, I don't even know what is going on. Actually, I know exactly what's going on, but just captures from me just thinking out loud, just capturing my thinking in different means and ways, whatever feels right. You get it. Okay. And key is, it's just, I think of it as a way of life. It's how I see the world. It's how I think. It's that everything's connected, and it's just, I struggle. I'm going to stop trying to explain because I struggle. But, anywho, I've been capturing thoughts through here, where basically we have either a voice capture to capture your thoughts, or you can just type it, and allows you to save your thoughts, and you can, this is my pursuit to build key, if you will, because this is good practice, because I am definitely struggling a bit to talk about this, but basically I think a big thing is that thoughts are these workable raw material of the brain, of the mind, of the body, and speaking it out and seeing how you're feeling, what you're working through, and just having this as the living corpus, the information that these AI, you can integrate. There's AI agents that have access to, or we have an AI large language model that basically has access to these thoughts that I've captured, and it allows me to basically talk to my thoughts in essence. And in the same way, what you do is you can capture a thought, capturing a thought, and as you can see, the first thing that happens is you're organizing it through what you're titling it. You can set it into a pursuit, which is basically within whatever it is that you're working towards, because from the top level we have who you are as a human, and then what is it that you're curious about, what is it you're trying to create in your own life. This is what we would call a pursuit, something that you are in pursuit of. And then also another way to organize it is through tags, so funneling them into questions that you have, prompts that you wrote about AI and agents, about building, about creation, about whatever it is, about key. You get the gist. So you capture it. Basically from there, these thoughts are going through and already getting pre-processed. So pulling out first a summary, key themes, emotions, what questions are raised, And all of this is configurable. We're still figuring out what is enriched, if you will, of these thoughts. And I think it really does depend on the individual, but also what are the core things that help define patterns across what you're capturing in your key. And so that's also what kind of feeds into how is someone going to be using this, because I myself am using key to build key, because that is what I'm curious about. That's what fills me with my curiosity, my passion, my joy, my love, and that is where I find so much energy, that everything is connected. And so that is my pursuit. This is my purpose. This is my red lighthouse of who I my ideal version of myself is building this, is creating this in my life and sharing it with others, because this digital tool is just one facet of what key is to me. Key is me. It is who I am. It's who I'm becoming. It's who I was. You can see I'm all over just freaking so energized, because this is everything that I just feel so powerfully just excited and filled with energy, because it's all just I'm speechless. But anyways, so you capture your thoughts. You have essentially a working mind of all your thoughts relevant to the curious individual, right? And so here is where you can basically, and this is where you can basically chat with all your thoughts and be able to find patterns across what you've been capturing. And this is definitely the ground experimentation zone. So me putting it in this, table format, allows me to see just kind of patterns across, as well as what needs to be improved upon. But as you can see, let's see what patterns. The fractal structure of your thinking. Your ideas don't develop linearly, they nest. Very true. Every time you zoom out, there's a larger continuous structure you haven't named yet. You understand things by seeing how they connect, not by analyzing them in isolation. I just see how everything is connected, how lessons learned about one thing can be applied in many different contexts. Everything overlaps. You are simultaneously the builder and the user, and the tension is generative. If we're not using key to build key, we have not built key yet. Clarity arrives through motion, not stillness. Well, this I don't fully agree with, but I think it is both in motion, but finding the stillness. Anywho, so, and then working in progress is converting thinking into action. So starting to build out the different tools that you can use to convert things you're capturing into tangible ways of working and getting things done. Because I think the exploration is the first part of things, but it's how can we, be consistently moving the needle forward. And so what I was doing here was I was going to my specific key pursuit, which basically has a lens in which your captures are being looked at, which is essentially your pursuit. And what's the core question that you are pursuing? How do I create the life I desire and help others to do the same? And I'm building key, a thinking tool and companion, a toolkit, a self-toolkit for the curious mind. For the curious. It is not. Key is a way of life, a methodology, a belief that when you live intentionally in pursuit of what fills you with energy, what makes you feel most alive, everything starts to align. I'm building the tool I wish the world I'm building the world see it. I'm building key. I am building key. Key is a way of life, a methodology, is a way of life, way of living, a belief that anything is possible. Key is a self toolkit, is a toolkit for the self. Key is the belief that when you live in pursuit of what fills you with love, I am building key. Key is a way of living, a belief that anything is possible. Key is a toolkit for the self. Key is the belief that when you live in pursuit of what fills you with love, everything falls into place. Whoa. That was pretty powerful. I'm gonna put that in my notes. I'm building key. Key is a way of living, a belief that anything is possible. Key is a toolkit for the self. Key is the belief that when you live in pursuit of what fills you with love, everything falls into place. That's super awesome. Wow. Okay. Well, I didn't get to do what I was intending to do, but that's okay because I'm going to change and then I might be back or I might be headed out and I'll be back later. To be determined. But yay! Thank you all for being here. I just just so grateful for everything. I am in a place of such gratitude because trust me when I say that I've felt very lost for a very long time in a way where you need to feel the ambiguity and confusion and tension and feeling stuck to get to a place of clarity. And it's still much to be done and a lot of work to be done and living to live, but as it happens, I'm becoming the person capable of accomplishing everything that I am dreaming of, everything that I see and experience for myself and that I want. It just takes time with anything. Everything good takes time. It's not built overnight, and you are doing exactly what you need to be doing by just taking it day by day, doing what you can each day. And with time, everything falls into place for you perfectly. Just trust in yourself and the process, and enjoy the process because this is me enjoying the process. This is me taking a step back. Sorry, zoom in, because I just wanna speak up a little bit. But this is me just taking a moment to really say that I am so grateful for everything. Anyways, yeah, you can see I've got San Diego on the brain because I'm feeling very freaking joyful. And I'm excited for everything that is coming and that is here, and we'll see what happens. Let's have a wonderful life and just live in pursuit of whatever it is that we feel brings us joy and life to be here. Wow, I'm just so excited. Anyways, I'm gonna change and then I'm signing off.